Some stories don't begin with a ticket or a suitcase, sometimes they start with a map and a dream and a quiet voice inside whispering, what if?
I'm in Portugal and I want to see all of it just the way it is.
From the edge of the sea in the south to the quiet hills up north, through small fishing villages, old towns full of stories, every road leads somewhere new, every day something you'll never live again. Like the world is quietly saying, this moment is just for you. There are moments you don't want to take a photo of, you just want to feel them, like the sound of the ocean after midnight, the smell of coffee in a town you can't even pronounce, that quiet, wonderful feeling that you are right where you should be. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for, I just knew I had to go. I chose to stop wandering and start moving, to follow the wind, the light, and every road that called my name. But before we jump in, here is a bit of history. Portugal, a small country on the edge of Europe, with a past that once reached across the world. Its borders haven't changed much in over 700 years, some of the oldest in Europe. By the 13th century, Lisbon was the capital, and Portugal was becoming a proud sea-loving nation. In the 15th and 16th centuries, Portugal launched the Age of Discovery. Explorers like Vasco da Gama, Bartolomeu Dias and Magellan sailed into the unknown, reaching India, Brazil, Africa and even sailing all the way around the world. Portugal became one of the world's first global empires. That chapter of history left a mark that's still visible today. Portuguese is spoken by over 250 million people across Brazil, parts of Africa, Asia and beyond. But Portugal isn't just a mainland. It also includes two island gems, the Azores, wild, volcanic and green, and Madeira, subtropical, lush and full of color. Not everything in its history was bright. In 1755, Lisbon was hit by one of Europe's most powerful earthquakes, followed by a tsunami and fires. The city was devastated, and tens of thousands lost their lives. The disaster shook not just the ground, but Europe's beliefs about science and faith. Centuries later, a peaceful revolution changed everything again. In 1974, after decades of dictatorship, the people rose, not with violence, but with flowers. The Coronation Revolution brought democracy, and today, the 25th of April Bridge stands in Lisbon as a symbol of that moment. It was built by the same company behind the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and it looks just like it. Portugal is calm now, timeless, but full of quiet surprises. Lisbon is older than Rome. Portugal makes 70% of the world's cork. The Vasco da Gama Bridge is Europe's longest, and the oldest bookstore in the world still open in Lisbon since 1732. Even the famous pastel de nata was invented by monks. This country doesn't shout, it whispers, with ocean waves, cobbled street and warm cafe mornings. So if you are here, slow down, let Portugal unfold, one moment at a time. I stopped by a coffee shop that had the best reviews in the area. The coffee was solid, nothing mind-blowing, but the cake was amazing, rich, moist and just the right amount of sweet. And that's something I especially appreciate, since I'm pretty picky when it comes to desserts. The cafe was in a small town by the ocean, really quiet, with narrow streets and simple classic Portuguese houses, the kind of place where everything feels slow and real. As I was walking around, I turned into a little courtyard with a lemon tree. The owner of a nearby guest house came out. We started talking and he told me that last year the tree grew a lemon that weighed 1 whole kilo. Pretty unexpected. Before leaving the town, I made a quick stop at the beach nearby. open, peaceful and surrounded by nature. One of those places where you just want to sit for a while and breathe. The plan was simple: start in Lisbon and try to see the entire country in just 1 week. Okay, so going to the last point for today, the lighthouse on the edge of the Portugal. So now it's 7:30 p.m. So I still have like 30 minutes before the sunset. I think I'll get it. Look at this beautiful view. It's fantastic. Last point for today, the lighthouse on the edge of the Portugal. And not only the Portugal, it's like the edge of the Europe. And not only Europe, the edge of the continent, the whole continent. And behind this point there is nothing, just Atlantic Ocean. And there is, in a few thousand miles, America, North America, South America. Yesterday night I received an email that my cave tour is cancelled. There is a beautiful cave, it's like 10 minutes from here in the city of Lagos. That's so sad. They sent me an email around like 10 p.m, something like this, and it was too late to find something new. And the problem is this cave accessible only from the sea by boat. You cannot just walk there. We'll see, maybe I will fly with my drone to see it. Just don't want to miss it. But first of all, I think we need to find the best cafe in the city and then walk to cave. In the morning I set out to find a good coffee spot somewhere around Portimao. The one I picked looked pretty charming, a cozy place with a nice vibe. But after ordering I had to wait almost half an hour for my breakfast, which was a bit disappointing. The food itself was pretty good, but the coffee absolutely terrible. I give it a solid 1 out of 10. I didn't stick around for long. Right after eating I headed to a stunning place you'll see very soon.
Forget
After driving nearly 200 kilometers, I finally arrived at this place. Welcome to Monsaraz. This little village in Portugal's Alentejo region is honestly one of the most magical places in the country.
So this place is called Monsaraz, and honestly it's like stepping into a dream.
It's a tiny medieval town sitting on a hilltop, and it truly feels like time has stopped here. People have been living in this area for thousands of years, and just a few kilometers from the village is the cherished cromlech, a group of standing stones that date back to around 5000 before Christ. That's older than the pyramids of Egypt. The village is surrounded by thick stone walls and features a castle built in 13th century. It served as a strategic fortress during the Reconquista, when Christians pushed back Moorish rule. From up here you get the panoramic views over the Alentejo plains, the Guadiana river and even into Spain. Monsaraz is small, fewer than 100 people live here full time.
And stone streets, no cars, just peace. Just listen to it. Just birds.
That makes it calm, quiet and incredibly well preserved, with no modern buildings to ruin the vibe.
It sits way up on this hill and the view is unreal. You can even see the Spain from here.
One unique thing about this area is that it's part of the Alcueva Dark Sky Reserve, the first certified dark sky reserve in the world. The stargazing here is next level. And the Lake Alcueva Observatory nearby offers guided night sky tour throughout the year. Just below the village is Alcueva Lake, created in 2002 by the Alcueva Dam. It's the largest artificial lake in the Western Europe, perfect for kayaking, boating or just catching the sunset over the water. This region is also the heart of Portugal's cork industry. You'll see cork oak trees everywhere. Portugal produces about half of the world's cork. Local shops in Monsaraz often sell handmade cork goods and traditional Alentejo pottery. Monsaraz is peaceful, historic and full of character, a perfect spot to slow down, take in the views and connect with a different pace of life. Definitely worth the stop on any Portugal trip.
I didn't really know what's the flowers, but it's like everywhere. I'm driving through the whole Portugal and everywhere I see these flowers. There's too many flowers like this. It's literally everywhere. But that's great, looks beautiful.
Just outside Elas there is a giant old fort called Forte de Santa Luzia. It was built in 1648, back when Portugal was fighting to stay independent from Spain. And this place was actually saw real action. In 1658 it held off a massive Spanish siege. It's got the star-shaped design that was made to catch enemies from every side. It's part of one of the biggest defense systems in Europe. Now it's quiet, you can walk the walls, go through the tunnels and see where the cannons used to be. There is even a small museum inside with old weapons and maps.
Good morning everybody. So today it's a beautiful morning. It's time to buy some coffee And then I have 2 points for the day. I have one beautiful small town in the hill of the mountain, so we need to check it. And then I need to go to the Douro Valley. It's the land of wine. We need to drink some wine, to see the hills, the mountains. It's close to the Porto. So let's go.
On my way in the morning I found some nice looking bakery, so I decided to stop to buy some coffee and of course the pastel de nata.
I stopped in the beautiful park, so let's try what I bought today, the cappuccino and pastel de nata. First sip of the cappuccino, yeah, it's so bad that I expected. Really bad. The pastel de nata is very nice. This one I can recommend for you. Tastes so good. So fresh, just baked. Beautiful nature. Look where I come, guys. This small tiny village in the side of the mountain. It looks fantastic, like from the fairy tale. I really love it.
All the houses here are made from dark stone, and almost every door and window is painted blue. It's not some old tradition or design choice. Blue paint was just the cheapest and easiest to get back in the day. Now it's kind of the look of the whole place. The village sits on a steep hill. You walk on small paths and stone steps between the houses.
This place was so isolated, there weren't even proper roads till 1970s.
It's not made for cars, and that's part of a charm. Back in the day, people used to say that was where you'd go if you wanted to disappear. It was so far, even the police didn't come here much, and when you're here, you feel it. It's a quiet place, peaceful, and completely different from the rest of Portugal. After Piódão, I kept heading north, driving through these beautiful winding mountain roads. The weather was perfect and the views just kept getting better. I was on my way to the Douro Valley, Portugal's most famous wine region, known for its endless vineyards and hillside wineries. I picked one of the small, family-owned spots with incredible view from the hill, Quinta do Jaloto, and went there for a tasting. I tried a flight of 4 different wines, along with a cheese and meat board. Everything was really good, but especially I liked the white Reserva wine. It was super fresh and smooth, and tastes like a Chardonnay. I ended up buying a couple of bottles to take home. They also had local olive oil and honey for sale, so I grabbed those too. The place itself wasn't huge, but it felt cozy and personal. And the view over valley was fantastic. The Douro Valley is actually one of the oldest wine regions in the world. It's been officially protected since 1756. While it's mostly known for port wine, a lot of winemakers here are now focusing on high-quality dry reds and whites made from native grapes. It's a peaceful area, full of story, tradition, and just a great place to visit.
So today my 4th day in Portugal, and yesterday night I arrived to Porto. As you can see, a beautiful city, and I rent an apartment on Airbnb with a beautiful view. Here's the central station. It looks nice and fantastic view with all those buildings with brown roofs. But the day is going to be a little bit rainy the whole day, from the morning till the night, so I don't think I will film a lot of city. And also I want to fly with the drone, but probably I will not fly today. Maybe tomorrow morning I will see. And before I go to explore the city, I need to find the best coffee shop here. I already found some places. I marked on my map a few of them, so I will try maybe a few today and will tell you what I think about it. But I hope the coffee in Porto will be great, because the big city, a lot of coffee shops, and with the great design, looks beautiful, so I hope the coffee will be great. Let's see and find out.
So, this is Porto, the second biggest city in Portugal. But somehow it doesn't feel big at all. It's built on the hills, full of old buildings, tiled-covered churches, steep staircases, and a river that kind of holds the whole thing together. And if you've heard of Porto before, it's probably because of this, port wine. Back in the day, British merchants came here looking for wine, but the local stuff didn't travel well, so they added brandy to preserve it, accidentally invented port wine. Even today, all authentic port wine has to come from the Douro Valley and then age right here, across the river, in Vila Nova de Gaia. You'll see all of big names, Sandeman, Taylors, Grahams, all lined up. You can tour the cellars, do tastings, or just sit by the river with a glass and people watch. But Porto isn't just about wine. One of the first things you notice is the architecture. It's a mix of styles, Baroque, neoclassical, even a bit of brutalism, if you know where to look. And then there is an azulejos, the famous Portuguese blue and white tiles. They are everywhere. On churches, train stations, houses. They tell stories, sometimes religious, sometimes just decorative, like Instagram before Instagram. If you go to San Bento train station, just stand there for a minute. Over 20,000 tiles, hand-painted. It's a station, but it feels like a museum. And the food? Don't even get me started. You'll hear people talk about francesinha. It's a monster sandwich layered with meat, sausage, ham, then covered in melted cheese and drowned in beer sauce. So I decided to try one, and I love it. But if you want something more local, go for grilled sardines, codfish cakes, or just pastel de nata with espresso. Simple, good, no fluff. If you are in Porto and don't know what to eat, just come here. Time Out Market has it all in one place. You've got stands with fresh fish, local meats, handmade sausages, fruits and vegetables straight from nearby farms, all packed with color and flavor. You just grab a glass of wine, pick out some cured ham or grilled fish, maybe a cheese plate, and sit down somewhere on the steps and enjoy it. One of my favorite things to do here is just walk. The city is full of these little streets and alleys that twist and drop and open up a random viewport. You keep walking and suddenly, boom, the whole city is in front of you. There is something really raw and real about Porto. It's not perfectly polished. Buildings have chipped paint. Laundry hangs off balconies, streetcars screech around corners, but that's kind of a charm. It feels lived in. If you're into bookstores, you might have heard of Livraria Lello. It's often called the most beautiful bookstore in the world. There is a rumor that it inspired Joanne Rowling when she lived here. She says it didn't, but honestly, walk inside and you'll see why people believe it. The staircase looks like it came straight out of Hogwarts. There is also a strange thing. Porto feels both sleepy and busy. Like in a weekday morning, it's super calm. But by late afternoon, the restaurants are full, the streets light up, and there is music somewhere around every corner. And of course, the bridges. Dom Louis Bridge is the big one, looks kind of like the Eiffel Tower laid down flat, probably because it was built by a student of Gustave Eiffel. You can walk across the top level, with trains whizzing past, and get these crazy panoramic views on the river and the city on both sides. Go there at sunset, thank me later. There is history here too. Porto actually gave Portugal its name. The Latin name was Portus Cale, and it eventually became Portugal. So yeah, it all started here. So that's Porto. Messy, beautiful, full of flavor. It's got history, character, and just enough chaos to keep things interesting. You don't need a plan here. Just show up, walk around, eat well, and see where the day takes you. The day starts of course with a cup of coffee, and this Scandinavian style coffee shop I can definitely recommend it to you. Pretty good coffee, I would say 6 out of 10, and overall nice design. One thing I don't like in Europe, that's the fuel prices. Yeah, they are really high. Aveiro is right on Portugal's Atlantic coast, known for its canals, salt flats and these long, colorful boats called moliceiros. They used to collect seaweed from the lagoon, but now they just carry people around the city like quiet little water taxis. When I got there, I thought it would be chill. Canals, boats, the school tiled buildings. But no, the streets were packed with students wearing black coats, singing and cheering. It was graduation week, something called Queima das Fitas. It only happens once a year, and folks come from all over Portugal to be part of it. Not far from town stands Farol de Aveiro, the old lighthouse keeping watch over the city. Right in front of the beach, a row of colorful buildings, bright yellows, blues and reds, used to belong to fishermen and salt workers. Their colors help sailors spot home from the sea. Now the area feels easygoing and inspired, thanks for those bright buildings. It's a great spot to grab a coffee, watch the waves and think about how people lived by the sea in the past. I wanted to visit Nazaré for a long time. To me, it's one of the most beautiful places in Portugal. During peak season, the waves here get huge, some of the biggest in the world. That's when surfers come from all over, chasing that one perfect ride. But even without waves, there is something about this place. The cliffs, the ocean, the way it feels. It's powerful.
Hey guys, look what's the beautiful wild beach I found for you. Here is high cliffs on the one side, here is Atlantic Ocean on the other side, and it's so long, like miles away. I don't even see the end. If you are so tired from your work, from the people around you, from the city, from the life, you can come to this beach. Here is no people at all. Just sit, relax, drink some wine, or maybe coffee, tea, wherever you want. See the ocean, the sunset, if you will find sunset. Today is no sunset, today is too cloudy, but the place is so beautiful.
Welcome to Cabo da Roca, the westernmost point of mainland Europe. Back in the day, people genuinely thought this was the edge of the world. And when you are standing here, it kinda makes sense. Massive cliffs, non-stop wind, and the Atlantic feels endless. There is a lighthouse from 1772, still working, guiding ships just like it did during the Age of Discovery. Even the plants around here, some of them don't grow anywhere else on Earth. And there is a stone that says, where the land ends, the sea begins. It's not just a cool line, it actually feels like that. I started my morning at Chakar Coffee, just a few blocks from where I stayed. I ordered eggs Benedict and a flat white, both were just right. While I was eating, this dog stood outside the window like he was waiting for a cup of espresso. It was actually kind of sweet, made me smile for no reason. After that, I walked down to Praça do Comércio, a big open square right by the river, framed by the yellow buildings and lawn arches. A few hundred years ago, this was the main entrance to the city. Ships would dock here after long trips, carrying spices, gold, wherever they brought from overseas. Now it's open, bright, and very clean, I would say.
It's where my demons are. They say it's what you make. I say it's up to fate.
But the scale of it still shows how important this place once was. Lisbon streets are something else. They twist and rise and fall, then suddenly turn into staircase. Everything is narrow, close together, uneven. You walk past windows with flowers, tiny balconies where an old woman is watering her plants. Somewhere else, someone's cooking lunch with the windows wide open. On the next balcony, a woman is hanging laundry in the sun. There is no silence here, but it's not loud either. Just the sound of people living their lives. The yellow trams are still running. I didn't take one, just watched them go by, rattling through the streets like they always have. Some of them have been running since early 90s and look like they haven't changed much since. Then I walked toward the 25th of April bridge, built by the same American company that did the Golden Gate in San Francisco. It looks similar. Cars above, trains below, 2 levels of constant motion across the Tagus River. It was renamed after the 1974 revolution, the one that ended the dictatorship. Another cup of flat white was pretty good. After that, I headed up into Alfama. This part of Lisbon feels like a different city. It's one of the oldest neighborhoods. It's actually survived the 1755 earthquake that destroyed most of the city. Alfama goes all the way back to the time when Lisbon was under Moorish rule. Even the name Alfama comes from the Arabic word Al-Hamma. It means hot springs. The way the streets are laid out, all the tight alleys and sharp turns, was designed to confuse invaders. And honestly, it still works. No map helps here. You just follow the noise, the smells, the light between the buildings. You pass by homes with worn-out doors and tile-covered walls. Some cracked, some patched, but all still standing. You hear voices echoing the stairwells, music from an open window, footsteps behind you, then silence again. And one more flat white from the Japanese coffee store. Eventually, I found a Miradouro, a viewpoint, and just sat there. You could see the rooftops, the river, the bridge in the distance. The light changed slowly, the sky turned orange. I didn't take many photos, some places aren't meant to be captured like that. Lisbon is a beautiful city. It has style, history, and something very honest in how it moves. But as for me, I don't think I would live here. It's not my vibe. I didn't feel that personal connection. It didn't click. But as a place to visit, absolutely. And maybe one day I will come back, we will see.